Welcome back. You're watching Your World at 10. Now, if by any chance you happen to be on the mailing list of Arun Nanda, on Friday you would have been a little surprised by the mail he sent out. Not shocked, but a little surprised. Mr. Nanda is now reducing his executive responsibilities at M&M, a group that he's been with for the better part of his life, a group in which he has nurtured many companies and holds many senior positions, and is going to devote a large amount of his time now to a cause that's very close to his heart. It's an almost semi-retired state, and he's here with us to talk about what he's leaving behind and what he's picking up next. Mr. Nanda, thank you very much. It's such a pleasure to have you on Your World at 10. What is this semi-retired position or life that you're going to lead at M&M? Tell us about what you continue to retain, what your role will continue to be at M&M and its various group companies.
I'm not sure whether it is semi-retirement or not, because what I'm taking on may take a lot more effort.
Okay.
But to tell your viewers what I'm going to do is I've had a long-standing need to give back to the society.
Sure.
And what the thoughts that went through my mind is that people are going to live longer, but their families have become mobile, and you know, the international mobility, the kids are not here. So loneliness for people is becoming a big challenge as they get on with age.
Sure.
And while a lot of good work is being done by various foundations in the area of education and children, I don't think enough is being done in the area of dealing with this need of the senior citizens. And I've identified that area some time back, that I want to spend the second innings of my life, as I call it, in working with the elderly, bringing joy, happiness, dignity, and keep them gainfully employed. For example, a couple of years ago, in my case, I realized that I've always wanted to learn music and tabla. So last year I got a tabla teacher and a music teacher to come and start teaching me.
Right.
And, you know, so there are a lot of older people who have desire to do something. And what I'm looking at is just not a shelter and food. I'm actually looking more at the softer aspects of their needs and bring that to them. And so I spoke to Anand, and then I spoke to my chairman, and they were very generous with it, and they said they have no problem if I want to start an NGO. But I thought that it was not ethically right, and from a governance point of right, that if I hold an executive position in M&M, that I do something which is not connected with Mahindra work. And so what we worked out something which I think the company was very generous. I continue as chairman of Mahindra Holidays, one of the babies that I have given birth to and nurtured the last 11, 12 years.
Yes.
In the real estate business, Mr. Anand Mahindra is the chairman and I am vice chairman, and he has very graciously suggested that he'll step down and make me the chairman
Of Mahindra Life Spaces.
Mahindra Life Spaces.
Right.
I will step down as an executive director of Mahindra and president of the infrastructure development sector, but at the last board meeting, our chairman spoke to the board, and they intend to reappoint me as a non-executive director post 1st April.
This is on the board of the flagship company, which is M&M.
Board of the parent company.
Right.
So I would actually, what I would be doing is that I would physically move out of the executive offices at Mahindra Towers.
Right.
And we are redoing our old headquarters at Gateway Building, where Chairman Anand are moving, and I will also move into that building.
So it is to some extent. I know that you will continue as chairman of two of the companies that you have nurtured from day one, which is the Life Spaces as well as Holidays, and you will continue as non-executive, director on board of M&M. But in some sense, it is the end of the Nanda era, at least at M&M. To some extent, can I put it that way?
No, in fact, Anand put it very nicely at the board. He said that I'm not making any emotional speeches because Arun's going to be with us. And if you see the chairman's quote in the press release also, he said that he's very happy that I will be available to the group. Yes, but I would, in my mind, I would say that, it's not that 3 days a week here and 3 days a week here, but I would spend 50% of the time doing work for the group and 50% of the time as looking at my social enterprise, which I intend to start after 1st April.
I'm very interested in the process that you underwent to get here. There was a process. It isn't that you woke up one day and said, I want to spend more time, pursuing the cause or working on the cause, for senior citizens. What was that process? Because I've heard very few other people in your position in corporate India actually go through that kind of self-exercise. This thought started coming to me about 3 years ago, that if I am going to live longer, and since I am not a promoter, I may be very close, I may have been there for 36 years, but at one day I'll have to retire from. Yes.
And how do I keep myself occupied?
Right.
And I also, somewhere at the back of my mind, some things that I did in my younger age gave me a lot of satisfaction. I was in junior JCs, I was at the round table, and I used to do a fair amount of work at that stage. But I did not want to just go through the process. So I actually appointed a coach out of Singapore, who's a corporate coach. He coaches only CEOs. And he used to come, he comes to India because he's on the board of some companies and he's got clients here. We used to meet every 3 to 4 weeks for an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
And if he couldn't come, we used to fix a conference call and we used to do that. We went through the process and we did an introspection of what we are going to do. And I came up with 2 exercises. One was Better Me.
Okay.
Because I don't think, at least I didn't think I was perfect, and which are the areas in which, as an individual, I could be better.
But this is not just from a professional point of view. When you say better me, it's not a better CEO me, what operational.
No, but it also covers how do you deal with your peers and what are the things that I do wrong,
So is this professional coaching or is this personal coaching?
In the sense that paid for it?
No, coaching to become a better professional or coaching to become a better person?
It is something which is professional. It is meant, he only coaches CEOs. He tells them to think. But you have to come out with what you want to do. And I'll just come back. So one was Better Me.
Okay.
Even in our professional life, there are, we have a system of 360-degree feedback. And, there are reviews by your peers, there are reviews by your subordinates, there are reviews by your superiors, there are reviews with the outside agencies we deal with. We go through a and there are some negative comments which come in. And I think, I thought that it was good to go through the exercise and find out that how can Arun Nanda be a better person.
Okay.
And you can see I've lost. One of the things is that I never used to look after my health, and one of the things came up that whatever it may be, you must, like you don't skip a board meeting, you should not skip your exercise in the morning.
So you've lost 10 kilos.
I've lost 10.5 kilos.
Congratulations.
The second thing was, what does one do in second innings? And for that, we went through a process of defining needs and wants. And we listed what are my needs and what are my wants. And through a fairly scientific process, he used to leave questions on he has a website where he mails you the things and then you do the introspection and you come back and you come to the thing. And some of the things which came out very clearly was that money did not appear in the top 5 of neither need or want that I needed. So that made the decision earlier that do I start a business enterprise or do I join a private equity as an advisor and make money. So that became very easy. The need to do something and keep myself occupied was a very strong, but there's also a need to build something which will leave a legacy behind.
And that's how you decided upon this cause.
And the need to help others also came out, wanting to help others. So if you put all that together, a social enterprise, then that was not the coach. Now, whether I work in the area of education or skill development or
your
teaching,
desire and your interest.
That was something which was there.
How many months did this coaching go on for?
It went on for about 17, 18 months.
17, 18 months. Once in a month you would,
spend an hour and a half to 2 hours.
With him to talk about
and then he would give me homework.
Oh, it's really interesting. So that is what has brought you to this decision of a second innings, whereby you do continue to be involved in some fashion in the companies that you have built, and yet you have time and the ability and mind space, bandwidth as they call it, to devote to this cause of senior citizens. Since you have a broad idea of what you want to do in your second innings, can you share with us and our viewers how you're going to go about doing it? Have you sort of figured any roadmap out for that?
I am actually evaluating whether I should start an NGO or work with an NGO. There are opportunities. A couple of NGOs have approached me that if I could take that aspect and run it. Of course, I will put in my personal funds to the trust or build a social enterprise.
Okay.
I am probably leaning more to social enterprise, but I have not made up my mind because I was charitable institutions sometimes go away with the individual, when he shuts his eyes. But if you build a social enterprise, it's not for profit.
Right.
But it's still a social enterprise because, as I said, that one of the things was to leave a legacy behind. Mahindra Holidays will be known as Mahindra Holidays. Mahindra Mahindra World Cities will be known as Mahindra World Cities. But if I want to leave something behind which, whether my children or somebody professional will run forward, then probably the chances of it surviving beyond me and growing is better if it's a social enterprise.
Okay, so that's what you're veering towards right now, but you still have some time to go before you make decisions.
I have to decision between an NGO and this thing. I'm not going to do it for profit, so even if it's a social enterprise, I will not take a dividend. I'll plow it back into the thing.
That's how most social enterprises work, that you work on the ethic of wanting to make a profit so that you create efficiency parameters within an organization, but you plow all the earnings back into that organization.
And to answer your question of what I want to do is that I want to build communities which are not old people's home or old age homes. So I have thought of the broad straw man, but I have not yet got down, because as I said, if you have a full-time job, you can't do that.
It is a courageous thing to be able to quit while you're on the top and try and find a different life. So Mr. Nanda, I'm sure it's very inspiring. Thank you very much for being with us on Your World.